You ever find yourself staring at a game loading screen, drumming your fingers on the desk, waiting for that sweet moment when your rig finally catches up? Yeah, we've all been there. But what if I told you there's a gaming laptop that doesn't just keep up, it's a charge? Meet the MSI Crosshair A16, a machine built for gamers who refuse to wait, creators who demand precision, and power users who won't compromise. With a blistering AMD Ryzen 9 8940HX, an Nvidia RTX 5060, and a 240Hz QHD Plus display, this isn't just another gaming laptop, it's a statement. So, is it the ultimate portable powerhouse, or just another overhyped spec sheet? Let's find out. Gaming laptops have a dirty little secret. Raw power often comes at the cost of portability. You get a desktop replacement that weighs more than your carry-on luggage, or a sleek Ultrabook that chokes on anything beyond indie titles. The market's been stuck in this tug-of-war, forcing gamers to choose between performance and practicality. That's where the Crosshair A16 steps in. It's designed to bridge that gap, packing desktop-grade components into a chassis that's actually manageable without sacrificing the features that matter most to hardcore users. First impressions? This thing is on style. The Cosmos Gray finish isn't just a color, it's a statement. The angular lines and aggressive gamer aesthetic scream, "I'm here to dominate." But MSI didn't just stop at looks. The build quality is solid, with a magnesium alloy chassis that feels premium without being brittle. The hinge is sturdy, the lid doesn't flex, and the overall fit and finish suggest this laptop isn't just built for show, it's built to last. Open it up, and you're greeted by a 16-inch QHD Plus IPS display with a 240Hz refresh rate. That's not just high resolution, it's high resolution. Colors pop with vibrant accuracy, and the 2560 by 1600 resolution gives you plenty of screen real estate for both gaming and productivity. The bezels are slim, the viewing angles are wide, and the anti-glare coating means you won't be squinting in bright rooms. Now, let's talk about what's under the hood. The AMD Ryzen 9 8940HX is a beast. With 8 cores, 16 threads, and a boost clock that hits 5.3 GHz, it's a multitasking monster. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or running virtual machines, this CPU keeps up without breaking a sweat. Pair that with 32 GB of DDR5 RAM, and you've got enough headroom to run everything from AAA titles to heavy creative apps like Blender or Adobe Premiere without a single stutter. Storage is handled by a 1TB PCIe Gen 4 SSD, which means boot times are near instant, and game load screens feel like a relic of the past. But the real star here is the Nvidia RTX 5060. This isn't some watered-down mobile GPU. It's a full-fat Ada Lovelace architecture card with 6 GB of GDDR6 memory. It handles ray tracing, DLSS 3, and high refresh rate gaming with ease. In titles like Cyberpunk 2077 or Alan Wake 2, you're looking at 100+ FPS at max settings with DLSS enabled. Even in esports games like Valorant or CS2, the 240Hz display ensures every frame is crisp, every movement is responsive, and every headshot feels. Let's put this thing through its paces. First up, gaming. I fired up at max settings with DLSS set to quality mode. The RTX 5060 handled it like a champ, delivering a smooth 85 FPS on average. No thermal throttling, no frame drops, just consistent performance. Next, with everything maxed out and ray tracing enabled, I averaged 140 FPS at 1440p. The 240Hz display made every movement feel, and the RGB keyboard backlighting added that extra layer of immersion. Now let's talk productivity. I ran a 4K video export in Premiere Pro while streaming on Twitch, and the Ryzen 9 and RTX 5060 combo handled it without breaking a sweat. The laptop stayed cool under load, and the battery life, while not stellar at around 4 to 5 hours of mixed use, is actually decent for a gaming laptop. It's not going to replace your power outlet, but it's not a brick either. Of course, no product is perfect. The Crosshair A16's thermals are good, but not. Under sustained load, the fans ramp up to a jet engine roar, and the chassis gets warm, especially around the WASD keys. It's not deal-breaking, but it's something to be aware of if you're sensitive to noise. Battery life is another area where compromises were made. You're not getting all-day unplug use here, so plan accordingly. And while the keyboard is fantastic for gaming with its 24-zone RGB backlighting and per-key customization, the trackpad is fine. It works, but it's not going to replace a dedicated mouse for competitive play. How does this stack up against the competition? Well, let's compare it to the Asus ROG Zephyrus G16. Both have similar specs, but the Zephyrus is lighter and has a slightly better battery life. However, the Crosshair A16's 240Hz display and superior cooling give it the edge in raw gaming performance. The Lenovo Legion Pro 7i is another contender, but it's bulkier and lacks the portability of the Crosshair A16. If you're looking for a true desktop replacement that you can actually carry to a LAN party, the Crosshair A16 is in a league of its own. So who's this laptop for? If you're a competitive gamer who demands every frame counts, a content creator who needs power without compromise, or a power user who refuses to wait for their machine to catch up, the MSI Crosshair A16 is a no-brainer. It's not the lightest, it's not the quietest, and it's not the cheapest, but it's one of the most capable gaming laptops you can buy right now. The specs are insane, the performance is elite, and the display is a dream for both gamers and creators. Yes, there are trade-offs, but they're the kind you make when you're chasing the absolute best. If you're ready to step up your game, literally, then the MSI Crosshair A16 is waiting for you. Check the links in the description, compare the prices, and if it fits your budget and needs, pull the trigger. This isn't just a laptop, it's your next gaming rig.